First of all, I want to thank everybody for gathering today for this press release, this press conference. We're grateful to Brother Herman, also Brother Dwayne. They called us to come to Warren County because of Officer Oakley down here victimizing and beating up black folks. Just beating black folks and tasing them and put them out the cars and give them tickets and stuff. So we was called to come in and support these two guys, and then we found out that they have quite a few victims that have been victimized by Oakley. And so we say today, the question today is, how long will Warren County continue allowing this to happen in Warren County? And then we was told that Oakley was fired, but the question we asked him, why was he fired? Was he fired because of brutality? Was he fired because of tasting people? Was he fired because they got tired of him hurting black folks? And we're not dealing with a race card, we're dealing with facts today. Nobody white in Warren County have filed a complaint against Oakley. Been all black people. And we're not here with the race card, we're just telling facts today. And our other concern is, why is Oakley working down in Littleton, North Carolina? He was fired from Warren County. And at this time again, we thank all our friends, all our family being here for this press release. And we thank God for Deborah Army 5. You all come to support us. We are now getting the mic over to our attorney.
Thank you, Pastor Miles. Thank you to everybody for being here. There's two things that I want to speak about today. The first is to recognize the victims of Officer Mark Oakley. Raise your hand if you have been victimized by Officer Oakley. We have spoken to 14 individuals now. 14 separate people in this small town who have been tased, who have been maced, who have been harassed, who have been discriminated against by this officer. That is a shame. And the town has to be held responsible, and the police department has to be held responsible. And up here with me today, we have Herman Alston, who months ago complained to the town, wrote an op-ed to the town, spoke to the town council, warned the town council that this was happening. We have Dwayne Hicks, who was tased by Mark Oakley, who testified to the town, who told the town this was happening, told the police department this was happening, but no one listened to their stories. And so we are here today to do that, to tell their stories and to recognize these victims. It is a shame that it took 3 people in a row being tased, including a young lady being tased, and her video to go viral for anyone to notice. That is unacceptable. The second reason we are here today is for accountability. We have filed a body camera petition to allow for public release of the footage of the tasing and the following and the harassment of Dwayne Hicks. This is a process where we will ask for transparency, we will demand transparency, and everyone involved will be held accountable. I will now like to pass the mic to Dwayne Hicks, who will tell you a little bit about his experience with Officer Oakley directly.
Good evening, everyone. And I would like to first thank everybody that showed up in support today, especially John Miles and some of the citizens from neighboring counties, the attorneys who have chosen to help us and pursue justice for this cause. A little bit about my story. I had an incident on September 20th, 2023, where Sergeant Mark Oakley stopped me and took the tags off my vehicle and then followed me home and tased me in my yard and arrested me. The incident has left some kind of, it's difficult for me to put into words from the emotional trauma and things of that nature that's associated with the ordeal that took place. It's been a long time coming. I'm just glad that we're here. I'm glad that we have the support that we have. We're gonna stick with it and see if we can't get some justice for all, for everyone. And hopefully this change is about to take place in Warren County. Thank you all.
And also to close out, we want to thank the DA of the district, DA Michael Waters, for bringing the investigation to Warren County on Oakley. We were told that the FBI is involved, the SBI involved, but as concerned citizens, we're here to support the people who have been victimized. It's a process. We know it's a process of Oakley. Right now it's a process, but we're going to run the process. But in the meantime, as concerned citizens, we must continue to fight. Think about George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Tamir Rice, Trayvon Martin. The list goes on and on of young people being victimized by an Oakley person wearing a badge and a gun. So I say today to Oakley, if you're working in Littleton, we said the chief of police in Littleton. We come to Littleton, North Carolina. It's Oakley working there. He should not be allowed to work nowhere as an officer. Sooner or later, he'll kill somebody. Because he's reckless, he's dangerous, and he's a racist. He's a pure racist. We thank you all again for coming out, supporting us. Thank you all, Ms. Patterson. Thank you, sir.
Do y'all have any questions?
Why now? You know, I know some of these incidents have been going on for years. So why at this point are we really putting the pressure?
Well, I think unfortunately, a lot of us didn't know this was happening until now. And you have multiple people up here who've been arrested, who've been tased, who've been harassed, who have been screaming from the rooftops to try and get something done. And for whatever reason, it wasn't taken seriously. The town council didn't take it seriously. The town council didn't take responsibility. The chief of police didn't take it seriously. And it sounds like Oakley has had a lot of defenders here who have allowed him and enabled him to continue to do this.
What do you guys hope to come from the body camera footage if and when it's released?
Transparency. I think that, you know, one of the incidents has already been released publicly. People all saw that. That is part of the reason we're here today, right? People saw that. They saw how terrible it was. They saw how awful it was. The whole purpose of paying for body camera, of citizens' tax money going to body camera, is accountability for police officers. And if it can't be public, then why are we paying for it? So people need to see, people need to have their own sense of justice, their own sense of what happened, their own sense of truth, their own sense of accountability to look at it themselves and say, this is wrong.
Outside of expressing that you want to make sure that this officer doesn't work as an officer here in Warren County again, what else are you expecting from the police department here in Warren County going forward to rectify the situation?
So, as we spoke about earlier, there are a number of people here who made numerous complaints about Officer Oakley, who tried to initiate internal affairs investigations, tried to speak to the town council, and it went on deaf ears over and over and over again. So at minimum, one thing that the town could do is to start a policy by which they take seriously citizen complaints, by which they review citizen complaints, by which they follow up on citizen complaints, by which if Dwayne Hicks comes to you and says he's being abused by an officer, that you actually go and interview that individual, you interview that citizen, that you take it seriously. In other towns and cities across North Carolina, they actually have citizen complaint review boards where citizens of that town sit on a board and they weigh in on officer conduct or officer misconduct. And so that's something else that the town of Warrenton could implement to try and ensure that this does not happen again.
You asked a question, Ms. Patterson, you asked a great question. How long? Why it took so long? That's the question we're going to be asking the city council tonight, and I meet tonight, and also the chief of police. Why did it take so long? Over be 5. But we're going to send you another video. Mr. Herman Austin was sitting there just watching Oakley attack some young people. And he was detained and put in the back of his truck, handcuffed. I will see you the picture. Handcuffed in the back of his truck. Never arrested, but handcuffed. Only key word is, I'm detaining you. I'm not arresting you. That's his key word. I'm detaining you. why arrest a citizen? The citizen not doing anything. So we say again, we will be entertained at the night, the city council here in Warrenton. Tonight at 7 o'clock, is correct?
That's good.
7 o'clock at night. Thank you.
Now, if there are any Warrenton residents who have had issues with the officer, what can they do like today? What steps can they take?
They can call us. In addition to seeking, release of body camera footage and obtaining body camera footage of each of these victims, we will be pursuing some sort of civil action and civil remedy against the town and against the officers involved. And so, you have attorneys here, you have a team of support here who have come from all over this prosecutorial district, and there are lots of people here to support those residents, to help those residents, to listen to those residents, and to do whatever we can to make sure that this does not happen again.
Are you guys expecting that number to grow?
Yeah, 15 is a pretty big number already, or 14 is a big number. So, but frankly, yes. The amount, we have only known about this incident for maybe a month. And in a month, we have heard from 14 victims. And every time we come to Warrenton, we continue to meet new victims. Today I met 4 new people. Okay, so yes, I do think that it will continue to grow. I hope that it does not, because I hope that, this is addressed. I hope that it's addressed in Littleton, but it may. Thank you all for coming.